what suggestions, any specific suggestions, that you would have for staff professional development in terms of resources, in terms about learning about their industry, learning about the sector that we work in higher education, seeing beyond Berkeley, anything along those lines that you can suggest or recommend to staff?
So one of the things that I've certainly tried to work on and have been growing in a lot of ways is looking at different kinds of competencies that you need. I came here from a faculty role, and I'm now in a more of a faculty training, faculty support role, which is very, very different. Faculty are not so used to, they're used to making their own deadlines, making their own levels of self-expectations. They're used to giving up long periods of time and sleep in order to get to outcomes. So I've really had to look at what are, competencies around project management and the kinds of things that are less than just sort of creative energies. So I think that obviously those kinds of skills are very important. And on the flip side of that, strategic thinking and vision and how to bring big ideas into more of an implementation are all things that I've certainly come to realize that I need more professional development in. So I'm gonna pass along that way.
I think that there are a number of ways around professional development. I think one thing is to read. Read in your own field. So read about higher education. I open two tabs on the train when I get on. I don't even take paper anymore. Chronicle of Higher Education in the New York Times, and I take a look at them every day. The Chronicle of Higher Ed is something, even if you're just looking at the headlines, will give you a feel for what's happening in higher education at the moment, will help you understand the pressures of the administrators that are making decisions and that the faculty are feeling. So I think that that's one thing that you can do that doesn't cost anything. I think the library has a subscription, and so Chronicle of Higher Education, keep reading in your field. The other thing is, if you want to sort of, again, think about the next steps, is look to your professional organizations. I'm sure that many of you do this. I'm sure many of you know what your professional organizations are, but they're always looking for people to volunteer, to sort of get out in the world. And one of the things that I have noticed, I think because Berkeley and the UC system is just so big and daunting in and of itself, is we do a lot of navel gazing. We do a lot of navel gazing to the UCs, the other UCs, and we don't look as frequently to our external peers. So I would also, if you don't have two colleagues that don't go to a UC, that don't work for a UC, go find some and make sure that they're the kind of colleague that you can pick up the phone and ask a question to. What are you doing on your campus? And if you build the credibility and trust with them, they are going to answer you truthfully and honestly, which is wonderful, because you're going to be able to bring that information back to the organization. So I would really encourage you to do that as the professional development, along with all of the other things.
I really love what you just said, because if you're about to do something on our campus and you go on the internet and try and find out what's happened at other campuses, you never will find the truth on the internet. They're not, if something went wrong, they're not going to post it on the internet, right? But they're not going to post the pros and cons of the change they just made on the internet. That's not going to happen. So you have to talk to somebody. You have to find some human being who will talk to you about what happened. So I really love that. I'm going to take this in a slightly different direction, and that is professional development. I mean, we're on a university campus. I mean, we have the same problem that students have, which is there are about 35 things to do every day that could really blow your mind. And you have to choose. You have to pick and choose, but at least they're all there. I mean, we're at a place where there's always a wonderful talk going on. We have the library, which is like the best free bookstore on the planet right there. So I really see this as an opportunity. Working here is an opportunity to keep your brain young, because you're continuously learning, and also to furnish your mind so that when you get so old that you can't do anything but sit, at least you have something inside your mind to entertain yourself with.